Batman vs Superman is probably one of the most disappointing DC movies since, well, Green Lantern. Wait, come on, guys, come on. It's not that bad, but how can you get so many things wrong with this movie and little things right? Come on, it has Batman in it. It has Superman in it. It even has Wonder Woman in it. We've literally been wanting this dual team up for decades now, and this is the best they can give us? Really? Really? Now, for the sake of this review, I don't think this movie is entirely bad, but I'm gonna be focusing on the dumb parts of this movie because, well, that's what BvS is known for to many people, including myself. Not everybody will agree with my opinion or say their opinion is better, but I just have one thing to say to you.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Now that I got that out of the way, let's start. So, this DC Extended Universe started out with Man of Steel being directed by Zack Snyder, who made such marvelous films like 300, Watchmen, and Sucker Punch. Let's not talk about that movie. Let's just don't. Alright, so Man of Steel came out a couple years ago, 2013, and it got pretty mediocre reviews, and I gotta admit, I really liked Man of Steel. Sure, there were flaws, but it was everything I wanted in a Superman movie, and Snyder could fix those flaws in the sequel, which was announced a month later at that year's San Diego Comic-Con. And not only that, but he said Batman would be in the sequel. Fucking Batman? Batman. Batman and Superman finally meeting. Bro, I'm fucking hyped, dude. Oh my god. The idea of Batman and Superman meeting. I couldn't wait to see it. Oh my god. You just casted Batman. Oh my god, I can't wait to see what. Oh, it's Ben Affleck. Oh, okay. All right. We'll see. Oh my god, they just casted Lex Luthor. Oh, Jesse Eisenberg, dude. I really enjoyed seeing him in the Social Network, dude. He looks like he could pull off a really manipulative Lex Luthor, threatening people. I can't wait to see that, dude. And then you watch the movie. Oh, how could you mess this up? Let's find out. Now, since I couldn't find a theatrical digital HD copy, I'm going to have to review the Ultimate Edition, which includes 30 minutes of footage, so I can't bash the movie as much as I wanted to. So, let's dig right in. So, the movie starts off with Batman's origin story, which we've seen for the 100th time for now, but this movie isn't just for comic book fans like me. It's for the comic book fans and the casual audience, so you get this point, BvS. I won't bash you yet, okay? Then the action starts off with Metropolis with Bruce Wayne, which I won't lie, this scene is actually pretty cool. Bruce starts calling this guy on the phone named Jack, and I really don't know who he is, but I think we should care.
Of heaven and earth, have mercy on my soul.
Well, so much for caring. Rest in peace, Jack, the guy we barely knew. So anyways, Bruce literally runs into a smoke cloud to go after Jack, and if you don't think this man is Batman by now, I feel bad for you, son. I've got 99 problems, and this movie has them all. So Bruce literally saves an employee who might have a role later in the movie, but maybe not. We'll see. And he saves his little girl, which is pretty badass. And we have our first serious moment in the movie, which I'll admit, I was sad for this girl. It's a really emotional scene.
Where is she?
That's how it starts. The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good man cruel. And I think he might be upset because that was his building. No. Alright, dude. Oh my god. Cool intro. Oh my god, dude. This movie's gonna be good. Okay, so we just jumped 18 months later. Random number, or what's the significance behind it? Oh well. So I guess we're in this random location now, Indian Ocean, I guess. Okay. Oh, this guy just discovered kryptonite. Oh, okay, we're in another location. Now we're in Africa with Lois Lane and some camera guy named some So Lois Lane meets Jimmy Olsen, who are acquaintances, but he has a camera, so that makes him Jimmy Olsen. So pretty much, they're gonna have a meeting with some general and take pictures with him, really something, and have fun. So she meets with the general, barely asks him a couple questions, and then they find out, hey, Jimmy Olsen is a spy, but not just any kind of spy, a CIA spy. Huh? What? And then he dies, because that's his purpose in the movie, to die. Now we see the security forces betraying everyone, because why not? And here's the thing about the Ultimate Edition is they didn't show this footage right here, where you see KGBs burning the bodies. Did I mention this guy is KGBs from the comic books? He is. Anyways, the CIA are sending a drone to destroy the village, which wasn't in the theatrical version. So they're gonna destroy this village Lois Lane is in. I guess that the addition of these scenes give it more space. And then Superman shows up out of nowhere, knowing where Lois Lane is gonna be, and knowing that she's gonna be in danger, and knowing there's gonna be a drone that destroys the village. But this is an important plot point, okay? Superman knows where Lois Lane is. Everybody remember that for later in the movie, alright? Okay, we're moving on. So this scene right here ruined Superman for me in the first 15 minutes of the movie. Why does it? Well, I'll explain right now. So you remember in Man of Steel how big of a deal it was when Superman killed someone? Not just anyone, but the villain, General Zod, who's a Kryptonian, and he was about to kill innocent people. I thought this scene was really strong in Man of Steel because he had no choice. He had to kill Zod. He even felt remorse when he killed him. Now let's take a look at the scene in BvS. Well, that guy is dead for no reason, just because he wanted to save Lois. Does he feel remorse? No. Is that guy probably alive? No. They should just rename this movie to Batman vs. Murder Man. Murder, murder, murder! God, this movie's already triggering me. Now we're getting to the infamous court scenes you see in the trailer that are probably about the Metropolis attack 18 months ago and whatnot. But believe it or not, they're about the village Superman rescued Lois Lane at. And like I said before, some of the village scenes were removed, so now this scene makes more sense. This random girl explains how Superman came to the village in Africa and burned her family for no reason. But as we just saw, KGBs did that in the Ultimate Edition. What about the theatrical cut? We saw no burning whatsoever. Why remove it? I don't know, Zack. Please explain to me, Zack Snyder, please. So next we get our brand new introduction to our brand new Batman, which is a pretty fucking badass scene. But I'm not here to talk about fucking pretty cool badass scenes. But to sum it up, this genre criminal gets branded by Batman to show to the darker Batman, and he's hunted. This brand is important in the Ultimate Edition and not the theatrical cut, so pay attention.
Christ! I saw him. I never saw him before. I didn't know.
You almost took my face off. How about you don't shoot the good guys, huh? Oh, Jesus Christ. He branded him.
So our next serious moment in the movie involves Lois Lane, and she has a piece of evidence from Africa. Remember that place where everybody got killed? She sits naked in this bathtub contemplating about what happens next in the movie. Clark casually walks into the bathroom and has a serious moment with her. I don't think this is very serious. I'm just worried that a titty is gonna pop out because this is a PG-13 movie, and they don't allow titties on YouTube without your parents' permission. I'm sorry. I just can't take this scene seriously. Can she at least get up, put a bathrobe on or something? How can you take a girl seriously if she has no clothes on? We see the next scene with Batman in his Batcave with the second coolest character in this movie, Alfred. I think he's so cool. He isn't just there to give advice this time around, but he's there to help, literally control everything. Help Batman build his arsenal. And of course, say cool line too.
That's how it starts. The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good men cruel.
However, this scene with Batman and Alfred is surely ruined in the next scene. Well, it isn't really ruined, because we meet the worst part of the entire movie. Lex Luthor Jr. Literally the first scene we meet Lex Luthor Jr. in. He's playing basketball and he makes a three-pointer. Wow. I remember when Jesse Eisenberg bragged about how long it took to make that shot. What a quality comic book accurate character. I'm so glad they got Lex Luthor right in this film already. So Lex meets with Homeland Security and the senator from the court to give permission to use Kryptonian artifacts and Zod's body in his R&D department. At least they got one thing right with Lexi Boy. But they quickly ruin it with the fucking best part of the entire movie, dude. Oh my god, this is my favorite part. You'll see. So in classic Lex Luthor form, you would think he would manipulate this guy or even threaten him because he's Lex Luthor and he's so cool because he's Lex. But instead, he bribes him with Cherry Jolly Ranchers because when I think Lex Luthor, I think Cherry Jolly Ranchers. So this guy really loves Cherry Jolly Ranchers and offers everything Lex asked for, even General Zod's naked body, because fuck putting clothes on him. You really can't see if he's naked, but it's pretty much confirmed he's naked. Why is he naked? He's naked, alright? Stop questioning him. So the next scene is pretty much a shirtless Clark scene because why not? Stop questioning stuff. He's watching the court scene on TV feeling like he's responsible for what happened. This scene is to make Clark feel more human, and I'm fine with that. I hope this subplot goes somewhere and gets resolved by the end of the movie. Then we move on to the employee from the beginning of the movie named Wallace Keith, who lost everything, his legs and his family. I guess he really didn't lose everything. Anyways, you see him disgrace the Superman statue in public because he hates how everybody is praising Superman as a god, which seems logical. I would do the same if Superman took everything from me.
I'll take everything from them.
So pretty much you see on the news that that guy Wallace Keith goes to jail because, yeah, why would you disgrace a Superman statue like that? Anyways, I hope this guy has a good role in the movie and he's just not some plot device you'll forget about when he's gone. Let's move on. So now we have Clarky Boy as a reporter now, and he wants to do a story on Batman because of all the reports about Batman. It's about Batman terrorizing Gotham and Batman branding criminals literally to death. This is a good motive for Superman to start hating Batman, but this Bat branding is really only explained in the Ultimate Edition rather than the theatrical cut. Okay, and it really serves more of a purpose here than it does there. So Clark, rather than cover sports because he's interested in this bad vigilante, but why is he covering sports? Because his boss Perry always tells him, cover sports, Clark, cover sports, Clark. Why doesn't he want him to cover Batman, dude? Clark literally pushes Perry into convincing him to do the story, and he's always just like, just do sports. Nobody cares about Batman. Doesn't make sense. Now we're back to our favorite Nino, Lex Luthor, and he literally, this is the best quote of the entire movie, so just listen, please.
The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming. You and your hearings. Galloping through the streets to warn us. 1 if by land, 2 if by air.
Why would Lex Luthor say the red capes are coming? Why would he say it all creepily and have his hands his fingers hit the table? It's fucking weird, but let's move on. So this scene is nothing but foreshadowing and characteristics for Lex Luthor, and surprisingly, I'm okay with that. In this scene, it kind of really explains why he doesn't like Superman, and this scene has some pretty good music too.
You don't think Dad would mind, do you? If I changed just one thing in this room? Because that should be upside down. Now, we know better now, don't we? The devils don't come from hell beneath us, no. No, they come from the sky.
So this next scene, we see Bruce Wayne making his respects for his parents. And in this scene, it's really random. You'll see why. Oh, it's Man-Bat. Hey, Man-Bat. Why not? What is your significance in the movie? Who knows? Oh, he's just having a nightmare. Oh. So Bruce wakes up and decides to go to a party which Lex Luthor invited him to coincidentally, which Clark is at as well. And at the party, Bruce sees a random woman. Who is this random woman? Why, it's Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Why is she in the movie? Because she is. It just makes sense, okay? So Bruce Wayne's purpose at this party is to plant a bug in Lex Luthor's system so he could download any files Lex Luthor might have to find a weapon that might kill Superman. Because Batman really hates Superman because of that opening scene. Anyways, he goes down there, downloads some stuff, decides to go back upstairs, and he meets Clark for the first time. This should be really interesting.
Don't quote me, all right? What's your position, the Bat Vigilante in Gotham?
Daily Planet. Wait, do I own this one? Or is that the other guy?
Civil liberties are being trampled on in your city. Good people living in fear.
That's enough. I think you got your answer. I heard you were crazy. I didn't think you were stupid.
Don't believe everything you hear, son.
I've seen it, Mr. Wayne. He thinks he's above the law.
The Daily Planet criticizing those who think they're above the law is a little hypocritical, wouldn't you say? Considering every time your hero saves a cat out of a tree, you read a puff-piece editorial about an alien who, if he wanted to, could burn the whole place down. There wouldn't be a damn thing we could do to stop it.
Most of the world doesn't share your opinion, Mr. Wayne.
Maybe it's the Gotham City in me, and we just have a bad history with freaks dressed like clowns.
However, this little cool scene is quickly ruined when Lexi Boy shows up. Thanks a lot, Lex. As Bruce goes back to retrieve his bug, Superman sort of chases him, but leaves him to do Superman stuff, and this random Wonder Woman steals Bruce Wayne's toy and runs off. Next, we see a cool Superman montage with commentary about Superman's existence in the universe, which gets a point from me. I won't bash this time.
Challenges our own sense of priority in the universe. And you go back to Copernicus, where he restored the sun in the center of the known universe, displacing Earth. And you get to Darwinian evolution, and you find out we're not special on this Earth, we're just one among other life forms. And now we learn that we're not even special in the entire universe because there is Superman. There he is, an alien among us. We're not alone.
Are you, as a United States Senator, personally comfortable saying to a grieving parent, Superman could have saved your...
We see the cripple Wallace Keith get bailed out by jail by an anonymous donor. It's probably Lex Luthor. I'm 100% positive it's Lex Luthor. Okay, so it is Lex Luthor. So I guess Lex Luthor bribes Wallace Keith with Charlie Jolly Ranchers and a new wheelchair to testify against Superman in court. So in this little scene here, which isn't in the theatrical cut, we see that criminal from earlier in the movie that Batman branded, and as you see here... So here we see Lois doing more Lois Lane stuff, dude. She's just trying to find out where the bullet came from, featuring the guy from Man of Steel, and, hey look, Bruce meets Diana, Wonder Woman. It's like a dream come true.
Thank you, Mr.
Wayne. Bruce Wayne.
I appreciate the rescue.
I'm surprised.
So in this scene, Bruce demands Diana to give back the toy she stole, and then Diana complains about men don't deserve anything, but only women do. Now it seems kind of logical, you know, because we'll see that in her prequel / origin movie. But that's really it for this scene, honestly. He goes home and starts decrypting the bug that Diana gave him, and we're in another nightmare sequence from earlier. I will admit, this next scene is pretty cool, but it's really random. When I first saw this, I wasn't sure if this was just a dream, or was it just a setup for a future DC movie that hasn't, or is not going to happen yet. Bruce has this nightmare, this time Injustice themed. You can literally see the dark side symbol right there, the Omega symbol. And then we see Batman trying to get kryptonite, the deal goes wrong, Batman kicks ass, then gets his ass kicked by parademons already. We haven't even seen Darkseid yet, and we had parademons. Don't complain. So they take Bruce to the, I guess this is Superman's sex dungeon, I guess. before Superman kills him, he tells him one thing.
She was my world. And you took her from me.
This will have some significance at the end of the movie, alright? Just believe me, guys. Believe me.
Believe me, believe me, believe me.
So now we have a random Flash cameo, which he tells Bruce that Lois Lane is the key to something. I really don't know what he's saying or meaning, but after this scene, Bruce wakes up from the nightmare and sees the decrypting is done. Then Bruce reveals to Alfred what he found on the data disk and what he intends to do. Alfred schools Bruce once more, like a badass.
You're gonna go to war. That son of a bitch brought the war to us 2 years ago. Jesus, Alfred, count the dead. Thousands of people. What's next? Millions? He has the power to wipe out the entire human race, and if we believe there's even a 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take it as an absolute certainty. And we have to destroy him.
But he is not our enemy.
Not today. 20 years in Gotham, Alfred. We've seen what promises are worth. How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way? 14 hours.
My name is Clark Kent.
So for this next scene, we see Clark actually doing reporter stuff in this movie. Wait, hold on. Clark's doing reporter stuff, actual reporter stuff.
Can't give out that information.
This was never in the theatrical cut. Oh my god, 0 out of 10. Shut up the. So the reason why Clark is here is because he's investigating the inmate who was killed by having the bat breath and tries to get information about this guy from who else but the wife. Alright, next dude. Oh my god, we're finally gonna get some fucking cool ass shit with Batman, dude. This is gonna be sick. So Batman is pretty much tracking the kryptonite because KGB has it, and he figured that out by going in the Lex Luthor data disk and finding it on there. Alright, so we're finally getting the new Batmobile in action, dude. Oh my god, so he's chasing down these security forces who have the kryptonite, and I can't wait to see how he takes them out non-lethally. Are those guys okay? I hope they're not dead or anything. Why would Batman kill somebody, you know? That's ridiculous, dude. They're alive. Okay, now they're definitely dead. What the fuck? What is going on here? And those guys are dead too. What is happening right now? He straight up killed those people right there. What? Alright, I take back what I said. This movie is not called Batman vs. Murder Man. It's called Murder. Why is Batman murdering all these people, dude? Is it really explained? I mean, wait. Hold on. It was explained. Wait, give me a second here. Alright, okay, alright. So, I have to calm down a bit. I found out why Batman was killing those people. The director, Zack Snyder, explained in an article online why Batman kills. Let's take a look at this article, shall we? So, literally in this article, it says that he accidentally kills people. It says he accidentally kills people. So he accidentally pulled the trigger, he accidentally flipped that car over, he accidentally pulled that car, flipped it over like 1,000 times and made it land accidentally on the other car, killing all those people inside? My god, dude. Zach, come on, dude. Own up to that shit, dude. Own up to it. So this entire scene is pretty much just some badass footage of the Batmobile accidentally killing more people, but then he finally turns a corner and then he sees a badass Superman just standing there in the dark. Why is he in the dark? How does he know? Okay, whatever. And I will not lie, this is a pretty cool scene, so I'll just leave it on.
Next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
Batman fails his mission and then sees that the kryptonite was delivered to Lex and Luthor. And then next for Superman scene, he asks Mama Kent for advice for showing up in court. Now, this scene makes no sense because in Man of Steel, Papa Kent talked about how he was sent to Earth for a reason.
That's another way of saying that it's not from this world, Clark. And neither are you. You're the answer, son. You're the answer to are we alone in the universe?
I don't want to be.
And I don't blame you, son. It'd be a huge burden for anyone to bear. But you're not just anyone, Clark, and I have to believe that you were sent here for a reason. All these changes that you're going through, one day you're going to think of them as a blessing, and when that day comes, you're going to have to make a choice. A choice of whether to stand proud in front of the human race or not.
Can I just keep pretending I'm your son?
You are my son. But somewhere out there, you have another father, too, who gave you another name. And he sent you here for a reason, Clark.
So Mama Kent is pretty much saying, you don't roll the road nothing, you never did. So you're pretty much telling your husband that he was wrong in Man of Steel, dude. That doesn't make any sense. What? Guess they forgot about that. Okay, let's move on. Alright, so finally, Superman is gonna go to court. Lois gets to find out where her bullet came from. And Bruce is ready to watch the press conference on TV. Oh yeah, and that black girl from earlier confesses to the senator that everything she said was a lie, and she's killed by KGBs. That wasn't in the theatrical cut, by the way. Thanks, Zack Snyder. Alright. So Superman finally shows up in court. Wallace Keefe is there. Don't forget, Wallace Keefe is there. He's in his new wheelchair. LexCorp gave him. There he is. He's having a jolly old time with his probably Jolly Ranchers in the wheelchair. But the senator is a little weird right now. Like, what? I was like, why is she weird? Oh.
We create a free and
She notices that there's a jar of pits with the name Granny's Peach Tea on it. What's the significance behind this jar? She mentioned it earlier, silly. That's the significance behind it. And what makes it more significant? Well, you'll see right now. Just pay attention to Wallace Keefe. So as you see right here, his wheelchair blew up and it killed everybody inside the courtroom, man, in the building apparently. So let's all take a moment here to pay our respects and then say goodbye to this subplot because you're probably gonna forget about it by the end of the film. I know I have when I first watched the movie. So Bruce watches in horror on television and it triggers him so much. We see that there's been a break-in at LexCorp and that the kryptonite has been stolen. We also see Superman finally remorse about what happened at the hearing. Cool scene. I won't judge this scene actually. I won't judge, I'm sorry. So we get a training montage of Bruce training as Batman, and he's reverse engineering the kryptonite that he stole from Lex Luthor. By the way, as this is happening, Lex is probably back at the ship doing something sinister with General Zod's naked body. It probably wasn't spoiled already in the trailer, but we could just presume that it wasn't spoiled. But I like this action scene much more than the naked ass Zod body scene, so I'm just playing this instead. So Bruce Wayne is back on the computer and then he looks through the files to find out, hey, that random woman, Wonder Woman, bro. Oh my god, I can't believe she's Wonder Woman. Maybe she'll help me. Who knows? Why is she even in the movie? She's cool, I guess. Like, that's why, okay? So this next scene in the movie wasn't probably already spoiled in the trailers, but what he does pretty much is he takes General Zod's naked ass body, he touches him like that to the ship from Man of Steel 1, you know, the thing he asked for in the beginning of the movie, and he might create a genetic abomination to battle against the city. I don't know why he wants that, but I guess he does. But yeah, I just don't want to see Lex Luthor anymore. Honestly, man, Lex Luthor's ruined for me. So after Superman remorses, he's at the mountains. It's never explained why he's at the mountains, but it looks like he sees somebody over there in the distance. Oh, it's Papa Kent. Papa Kent, oh my god. Papa is definitely in the house. So pretty much in this scene, Papa Kent tells Clark a story about how when he was a little Nino, that he didn't save the animals in time. I don't know. Honestly, it's like, really, do I want to pay attention to this? I mean, I'm just questioning, why is Clark at the mountains? Why is Papa Kent there? Why is Clark hallucinating? Is this place where he goes to when he's sad? Can you please explain to me, movie? Please, just I don't wanna learn. I don't wanna take this out of context. Just tell me what's happening here. So, while Papa Kent is talking to Clark Kent, Mama Kent, aka Damsel in Distress 2, gets kidnapped by probably Lex Luthor, and it's fucking about to happen, dude. This shit is finally gonna go down. There he is in the Dark Knight Returns outfit, literally comic book accurate outfit, dude. Oh my god, this is gonna be great. So literally after that badass scene, Damsel in Distress 1, Lois Lane gets kidnapped, like Damsel in Distress 2. And yeah, that's really her role in this movie. She's always a damsel in distress, honestly. So Lois meets Lex and figures it all out, and he throws her off a building, literally, for Superman to save her a second later. Now everybody, remember what I told you in the beginning review? Superman always knows where Lois is at. He has saved her twice. Does everybody understand that? Good. Alright, let's move on. So, Superman confronts Lex, as Lex confirms he knows his and Batman's identity. It's really never explained how he knows, but this movie is 10 out of 10 because Batman and Superman are in it, so that makes it a 10 out of 10 movie. Fuck you if you don't agree. So Lex threatens Superman by telling him if he doesn't kill Batman, his mother Martha will die, and if he runs away, Martha will die. Now, okay, this is what doesn't make sense, okay? So if Superman knew where Lois was both times in the movie, literally both of those times in the movie, how does he not know where his mama is? Where's Mama Ken, dude? What? Does he know? Does he try to find him in this? Wrong. There's actually an answer to that. Zack Snyder explained. I will tell you. So in an online article, Zack Snyder said that there was a deleted scene in BvS for being too dark. Yes, too dark. And it was a scene explaining how Superman tries to find Mama Ken. Pretty much it said that this scene represented a darker side of Superman, which would have been cool to see because Superman is more human in this new DC universe. And it would have explained why he tried to find Mama Ken, but he didn't. So before we actually get into the Batman versus Superman fight, before that scene, there's a scene with Wonder Woman in it. It's really random, it just comes out of nowhere. But she sits in her hotel room, opens up her laptop, gets an email from Bruce Wayne, and he gives her like information about the future Justice League members. And it's like, okay, they're gonna be cameos in this movie, but this is really how they're gonna do it? Wonder Woman randomly opens up her laptop and then just looks at them and just go like, wow, this is really interesting. Cool. That's just, what were they thinking when they were making this movie? Alright, the fight is finally about to begin, dude. It's gonna be clear who the victor here is gonna be, since Zack Snyder said himself that this will be a realistic Batman versus Superman fight. It won't be them in any way. And, okay, he's getting his ass kicked already. I hope the entire fight isn't like this. So that's pretty much like the entire fight, honestly. Fucking Batman hits him with kryptonite. Superman barely lays any punches. Hey, I got more kryptonite. I'm gonna hurt you with it more. That's the fight. I wasn't expecting something different.
Bruce, this is idiotic. That was 3 ribs, Bruce. Don't make me do this.
So after that disappointing fight, Superman tells Batman, before Batman kills Superman, Superman tells Batman, hey, you have to go save Martha. This triggers Batman once more, and he shouts to Superman about, what does that mean to me? Then Damsel Distress 1 arrives to explain it's Superman's mother's name. This deactivates Batman because both of their moms are named Martha. So pretty much after this scene, Batman forgives Superman for kicking his ass, and then Superman forgives Batman for nearly almost killing him. It doesn't really make sense, but really the only way he forgives him is that Batman says he's gonna go save Martha, while Superman has to go and stop Lex Boy from whatever he's doing right now. Now the scene where he saves Martha is pretty badass, but there's only one thing I'm gonna complain about right now, and you'll see that. So Batman breaks into this window. It fades to black. Okay, so we see all these guys with guns, and yeah, like, what are they doing? Where are they pointing their guns at? KGB tells I gotta go as well. They're pointing their guns somewhere. Where are they pointing their guns at? Batman came through a window. Shouldn't they be pointing at a window or something? Why are they pointing at a door? Okay, never mind. So after a badass fight scene, we see a pretty cool comic book reference.
Back off or I'll kill him! Believe me, man, I'll do it!
I believe you.
Drop it. I said drop it! I'll kill her! Believe me, I'll do it!
I believe you. It's okay. I'm a friend of your son's.
I figured.
Batman just triggered me right now. He really just said, I'm a friend of your son's. When did the movie ever establish they were friends? When Batman decided he wasn't gonna kill Superman? Oh, let me talk about this scene. So Damsel of Distress 1 throws the kryptonite spear into water. We'll come back to that scene later. But, oh my god, this movie's getting dumber and dumber. So Superman goes to see what Lex has been up to, and it looks like this might be doing. Wait a minute, that's what? It can't be. That's a cave. So pretty much this last half hour of the movie is just gonna be Superman fighting Doomsday, and it looks like they're causing more destruction than they ever did in Man of Steel, honestly. So the US decides to nuke Superman and Doomsday in space, and the scene's very reminiscent from the Dark Knight Returns. So Batman shows up as player 2, says a bad word. Can't say that's a PG-13 movie. And then badass part. Wonder Woman shows up as player 3. Getting a badass fight between our three heroes, and then guess what happens to Damsel in Distress 1? Oh no, what is she doing? Oh my god, she's trapped underwater because remember that kryptonite spear she threw earlier? She found out, oh, I need to go back and get it, and then she got trapped under the water because she's Damsel in Distress. That's her role in the movie, and because Superman's not in the fight, wow. No. So after Superman saves Lois, he realizes that he might need to sacrifice himself in order to defeat Doomsday with the kryptonite spear. So he says his goodbye to his damsel in distress, and then goes off. And I don't know why this scene's in the movie, but the scene has good music, so I'll give this scene a good rating because it has good music in it. So Superman sacrifices himself, the day is saved, the city is good, but Perry ain't getting his news story since Clark is dead too. He's even shown up as at his funeral. I guess he somehow knew he was Superman, or he really cares about his employees he constantly bullies about fucking sports articles. I don't know, man, he's just, man, fuck Perry. We see another scene with Batman visiting Bald Lex in jail, and oh my god, Lex Luthor would never say this in a movie ever.
But a bill cannot be wrong! He's hungry. He's found us. And he's coming!
So the movie literally ends with Superman's grave, and it's just like a little Easter egg that you might see if you pay close attention. Oh my god, the dirt barely rose. Oh my god, dude. Oh, Superman's coming back from the dead. But you know what? It makes you question. Did Superman really need to die? This is barely like the second DC movie we're getting, and Superman's already dead, dude. What? Huh? Is there a reason he needed to die? Well, there is. I found an article online by Zack Snyder, and he said why Superman had to die. So pretty much he explains that the reason he killed off Superman was because he didn't want Superman to build the Justice League. He only wanted Batman to build the Justice League. That is literally what the director said. So, oh my god, what? Stop. But in the end of the day, Batman vs. Superman, it's a complete mess for sure, but it's not as bad as Daredevil, the movie from 2004, 3, or The Room by Tommy Wiseau. Dude, if Rotten Tomatoes gives it a worse score than those movies, then don't believe them, honestly. The movie may have had a lot of dumb scenes in the theatrical release, but at least the dumb scenes were as dumb as they are in the Ultimate Edition. But in the end, the Ultimate Edition is better, but it's not that much better. Adding 30 minutes into a shitty movie doesn't make it that much better, okay? Unless it has Ben Affleck ass, which is in the movie, just randomly, out of context, 2 seconds in. You can find it somewhere on the internet. But anyways, Lois Lane, she's pretty much the damsel in distress again. Wonder Woman is there because why not? Even though she's badass, But you can say the same thing about Spider-Man and Captain America Civil War, but that's a good movie, so it gets a pass. Superman barely feels like he even has a role in this movie. The Senator subplot is completely forgotten about by the end of the movie. And finally, the best parts about this movie are definitely Batman and Alfred. When I saw the theatrical cut, I was like 5 out of 10. But after seeing the Ultimate Edition, it's more like a 6. Maybe even a 7 if I'm generous. I can't really decide. But we did get the best Batman to date in this movie, so that's what really matters. Now, I'm writing this review, recording it, editing it at the time after I've seen Suicide Squad. So who knows, maybe there'll be a Suicide Squad review. I can't really say much or spoil much, but I'll just say maybe, possibly there will be one. Until next time.